this morning I'm going to try a little different approach to something, because it has an opportunity to point out 2 or 3 points or principles in evolution that are generally ignored. So we're going to start this particular little session in the roundhouse of a primitive Indian tribe, which is issuing an order and an invitation that a young man who has been born into that tribe has been brought into the council in order that he may learn the facts of life. And while this is quite a ways back, long before television, it has a great deal of depth to it that has more or less disappeared from our way of life. So we will go into this little round teepee tent where the men and women of the tribe are in a circle, where the medicine chief is about to speak, and a young lad stands in the presence of his elders. And the medicine priest explains to the young man the mystery of life. He says to him, "You have been brought here by the will of the Great Spirit. You may have been here many times, but you have forgotten. But now you are here to learn more. And the more you learn, the less you will forget. You are here now to understand the purpose of your own existence. You have been sent here to learn. This is part of a great ritual, the ritual of growth, the ritual of unfolding the inward potential of the human being. You are a young man of the tribe. You have been born of one of our women. You have been nursed through your infancy and your childhood. You have been accepted by us, cared for us, and loved for us. Now you are going to have a second birth. You're going to be born out of our love into your own self-respect, into your own maturity, into the world that you belong to, or you wouldn't have come here." So here is the story as the way it is. Once upon a time, you were a spirit in the strange and mysterious lands of the Great One. You walked with the immortals and the eternals, and you were one with them. And the Master of all mysteries said to you, "You shall go forth. It is your destiny to grow, to unfold, and to mature from childhood into the fullness of your years. And it is your destiny to do this according to our laws, according to our will, and the keeping of our commandments. Therefore, we have sent you down into the body of this good woman, who is to bring you forth as her firstborn. Now you will listen to the wisdom of the tribe, what it has to say." It says that one somewhere not here, you went to sleep. And you went to sleep maybe many times. But when you woke from that sleep, you were an infant in the keepings of this mother. And she is the one who brings you into the tribe. She is the one who makes you part of a great growing society. She is the one who must help you to learn the ways of wisdom. So when she brings you forth into a second womb, a second birth in time. And that second birth is this tent where we are now, where we as the elders are gathered, where we are now to instruct you in the ways of the olds and the greats and the truths, as it has been given unto us. For we are all one family. You are the child of all of us. Therefore we are all parents. We are all friends. We are all relatives of yours. There is no stranger in this tent. Therefore now you will listen, and we will tell you. There is a law, a very ancient law, that says that there was a ladder, and this ladder was made of life. And on this ladder all kinds of living things were. There were birds, there were serpents, there were beasts of the field and butterflies of the air, fish of the sea. They were all on this ladder. And all forms grew up on this ladder, step by step, rung by rung, until finally they came to the dawn of their humanity. And in this humanity they fulfilled the pleasure, the will, and the wisdom of the Great Spirit. So now we are about to bring you into another birth, the birth into the tribe, the birth into human society. And this is a problem and it's a labor which you must consider. As you are 9 months preparing to come into this world, you are 21 years learning to live here. And when you have finished those 21 years, you will be a mature human being. And we will no longer care for you, but you will join with us to care to other children who will be coming after you. This is one family. It is called the human family. And there's nothing in it but brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters. There are no strangers in this family. So now, as your new teachers, as those who take on after you are born, we tell you the way of life. We tell you what the Great Spirit tells us, and we trust Him always. First of all, you must keep open the road between here and the great sachems in the house in the sky. You must never do anything that closes your contact with the great source of good. You must never betray it. You must never transgress it. You must never ignore it. Because at all times from here on, your great strength comes from the fact that you are always able to reach out and touch reality. This is the thing you must learn. The next thing you must learn is that you are not here simply to grow. You are here to grow, to live, to help, to teach, and to contribute to the growth of all other living things. For all the other little creatures in this world are your younger brothers and sisters, and you must take care of them to the best of your ability. Now, there are things you cannot do, that we know, but there are many things you can do, and some of these you must do. So now we bring to the point where you are no longer a child. You are no longer simply tied by an umbilical cord to your mother, but you are tied by an umbilical cord to this house and all who dwell in it, because they are part of your family, part of yourself, and you would not be here were it not for them. You are not only the child of your mother, but the child of her mother and her mother's mother and all the fathers who have gone before, for it is only one family, and that family is the brotherhood of all that lives. Now you must learn this. You must never forget it, because if you forget it or you go against it, you destroy your own life. You compromise your own principles, and you bring heartaches and pains and miseries and misfortunes to the family that loves you. You must therefore always be true. Now, what is the truth that you must always follow if you are to succeed? The first truth of all is courage. The courage to dare to be right. The courage to support that which you know to be right, rather than to compromise in the favor of something easier for yourself. Before your success, before your fulfillment, before your continuance even in life, there must be honor. There must be a dedication. You must do nothing in the midst of the night or in the darkness of misery that is against the will of the Great Spirit. The Great Spirit's will is supreme. And after you have come down to the understanding that there must be no compromise between good and evil, then you may say, what is evil? Evil is compromise. It is the individual trying to be greater than the Great Spirit. And when he disobeys the Great Spirit, he cuts the thread between himself and the eternal life. Now it is also true that you must have your own inner spiritual contact with truth. As the medicine priest of this tribe, I carry the gate and I open the door into the mysteries of the great medicine lodge in the sky, where the sachems and the great ones dwell in constant and eternal meditation, contemplating upon the mysteries of the world. So we now have to know how to reach these people. So I will tell you. You reach them by quietude, by absolute silence, by a mysterious waiting in which your heart and your soul wait to hear the voice of the truths and the old ones.